What's up, guys? Welcome back. So one of our users asked us, what do we use to book flights? First thing is foremost, if you're just looking for a specific flight, you have something in mind, Google Flights is always a great first start. All right, now, so what I would do is I put in my destination, put in my dates, and then I look, and then it aggregates the prices or the flights that are going out that day. And you can look month to month and look at the days around the dates that you look for to maybe look for the cheapest option. Now, we go to Google Flights first and foremost when we have a specific date because, they pull from all the websites and pull them up. Now, sometimes sites will run deals that will not populate on Google Flights. For this, we make sure to sign up to, carriers that run deals that we often like or take advantage of. One of them is Emirates, which for our first trip to Italy, we booked 2 round trip tickets for about $700 round trip. Now, a premium airline, which would typically cost us about $800 per ticket, maybe even up to $1,000. This is with food and alcohol included, checked baggage, the whole 9. Another one, popular one for us, especially stateside, is JetBlue. We sign up for their alerts, so whenever they're having flash fears, it alerts us and we know, and then we start looking for dates that way. But Google Flights is a great first source when you have those first dates in mind.
For sure.
Next thing is your travel portals. If you're carrying one of the major branded cards, or even the ones that are not, hugely branded, for instance, daily reward ones, check their travel portals because they may have flights that are a little cheaper than what you'll find on Google Flights because it's through them, or it's even cheaper because you have points to spend. So I'll always compare those with what I find on Google, and then what we'll do is check your bargain bin airlines, such as Norwegian, which for some reason doesn't populate on Google Flights the same way at all, ever. So if we have specific places in mind that they travel to, like for instance, they have flights to London. So whenever we're going to London, we always check Norwegian because they have the best fares instead of going to Google Plus. But if we're traveling stateside or somewhere we haven't been before, or just looking generally, Google Flights is the way to go. Yeah.
Especially, I love the calendar feature. I love how you can see all the dates. It's right in front of you. You have at least 2 months right in front of you, and it gives you all the rates. It's super, super easy to use.
Yeah, it really is. Try popping it in, seriously. Any dates, and then you'll see it populate, check the calendar, and then you'll see the lowest prices in green. And then you can, move it out. If you're flexible, that's huge. But even if you're not flexible, it's gonna give you the best single source to find the cheapest flights. Now, again, of course, you're gonna have to have some savvy with, specific airlines because they don't like to publish their best fares through Google. They want to retain people. They want you to sign up for their mailing list, which is understandable, but that's great for you. You get really amazing deals when you sign up for these mailing lists. What a trick I use, you don't want it clogging up your email account. Create an email account specifically for signing up for spam. That's for flights, that's for giving out your email when you're signing up for free trials. A lot of you probably already do this already, but if you don't, enjoy the tip. So you of course still check it, but it doesn't jumble with your everyday life and work email.
Exactly. The good thing about Google Flights too, if you do end up using it and you find a deal you like, they specifically tell you how to book it. For an example, sometimes you can't book round trip tickets for the deal, you have to book them separately. So you would book your outgoing flight and then you'd go back in and you'd book your incoming flight. And that's how you would get your best deal. And Google Flights will make sure to tell you that.
Absolutely. Yep. It'll take you directly to the site where the deal is being offered. And, it'll let you know at the get-go that these are booked with 2 different airlines for this fare, So, you'll be booking directly with, Delta or booking directly with JetBlue for your return flight. It's important to note, none of the booking is done through Google. Google doesn't book flights. They point you in the direction for the flights. And that's Google Flights, not Google. You may be able to put in search terms inside Google and it might take you to Google Flights, but you want to make sure you lock in Google Flights. What I do is I put it as a bookmark right on my book bar. So whenever I want to look for flights, I just click on Google Flights and it takes you right there, and there's a calendar and everything. It is really amazing tool. It often even includes whether or not baggage is included in the price. So there really are no surprises for the most part.
We love it.
Yeah.
I know I do. I check it just as if I'm shopping. I just kind of go in there and I'm like, where can I go? Just type in Hawaii. Let's see what the prices are.
Exactly.
Just things like that.
Exactly.
Just simple things.
Yeah. And I believe the last tip that we have for you guys about booking flights is make sure you're checking the pointsguy.com daily. If you're like really serious about travel and like jumping on travel deals, and you can be a little flexible, you don't have to always, be like super flexible, flying out within the month. The Points Guy has people working for them around the clock, scouring the internet for internet deals. Now, I know you've heard of all different sites that, that scour all the best deals and things like that, but honestly, I have never found a resource better than the pointsguy.com in terms of their travel deals and how they're able to find them and bring them to our attention. The best ones are the mistake fares. Those are once in a blue moon, but most of the times airlines honor them, and you can fly somewhere round trip for like $8. But you're not just signing up for or going there for the mistake fares. You're going there for legitimate flash fares, the ones that we told you to sign up for JetBlue's email, sign up for Emirates email. Well, they've already done all of this, and they populated it into easy to read and understand articles with even example flights put in and example bookings. So they'll search terms and dates and show you what populated for them and at what price on what airlines flying out of what airports. So it is an invaluable tool for you to use if you're hunting for flight deals. Now again, you don't book through them. They're just a resource to use to find amazing fares for places you may want to go. You might log in one day and you didn't really have plans to go to Thailand or London or whatever, but you see a flash fare and it's amazing and you jump on it. And that's why we highly recommend it. We've taken advantage of plenty of fare on account of them. We've revisited Thailand for I think $500 round trip. For the both of us.
Yeah, using going through Points Guys and stuff, like we've been using them since day one.
I think so, yeah.
Since before we went overseas or anything like that, we have been using them. So they're super. We highly recommend them.
Absolutely.
And we know that they're super precise and they're correct. They're not ones have we come across so far. I'm not digging through everything. We have not come across a fake fare.
Yeah,
or
right.
anything like that. They're on the money with their information that they're sharing.
They've got a stellar team and they're on it. Of course, I'm sure they've missed things, but remember, we've missed many things. You've missed things. They really set you up in a great place. So that's a really great resource to use. Again, it's more so if you're flexible, but I've definitely checked it when I have a specific place in mind, and you never know. You may get lucky. You might feel the need to go to London, and sure enough you go on there and you see flash fares to London.
Right.
Don't be surprised if that happens to you.
Or your dream destination. You might even be like, you know what, my dream destination's on here.
I've always wanted to go to Bali, and look, he's saying I can get to Bali for $500 round trip from Chicago or O'Hare. Guys, seriously, put that on your daily to-do list. Check pointsguy.com. Okay, so let's just review a little bit. How do we go about booking flights? We check Google Flights religiously, even if it's a specific date, but especially if it's flexible. We check Google Flights first. How much is it on Google Flights? And then we compare that to all our other resources pretty much, including our travel portal. So if you're holding travel cards that give you access to cheaper fares or to use points and miles, compare it to the flights on Google. They won't always be comparable. They won't always be lower, but it's a great resource to use. You know, even if you're not sure about how to use points and miles or anything like that, it's a little convoluted or confusing. Once you get into the portal, you start clicking around, putting in your dates, it'll become easier to understand, and you know, you'll be able to get a better understanding of what your points are worth. And then there's signing up for the mailing lists for your favorite airlines, the ones you know you use often and take advantage of flash fares. JetBlue, Emirates is a really amazing one. But there's, you know, American Airlines. Sign up for them all. Use that burner email and check it regularly. Don't just sign up and then forget about it. Check it regularly, and you'll never know. You know, some amazing fares might come up, especially if you're United States. Crazy fares come up all the time for, you know, California, Georgia, Florida, you know, the middle America. You find great rates that way. And then last but not least, check the pointsguide.com every single day. That's for the more flexible people. But again, you may find that you're trying to book a trip to Mexico, and sure enough, you sign on that day and there's a flash fare or something, some kind of deal going on for Mexico. And it's important to note that these things usually last days, sometimes even hours, not weeks. So that's why you must check daily. All right.
So your daily browsing, that's what you have to consider that as. So put it in your routine every morning. You get up, you check your Reddit, you check your Points Guide, you check your Facebook, and you'll be good to go.
That's the real travel hacking, guys. You know, it's not, you know, a bunch of algorithms and going in, you know, and doing tons of hours of research, but you are basically essentially doing research and due diligence. You're logging into these sources every single day and hunting down the deals. But yeah, that's it. We hope this answered some questions for you guys, and if you have additional ones, leave them in the comments. We'll be sure to get to them.
It was so great talking to you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, see you next time. Cheers.
Ciao.